I'm Chelsea Clark with your update for Hub News. First this afternoon, Hinckley's multi-million-pound Crescent development will be completed on time and under budget. That's according to town centre bosses. The new cinema and shopping complex is set to be finished by next autumn. Alex Rathbone reports.
This is the ongoing development of Hinckley's new Crescent shopping centre, due to open in 2015. The development will include a cinema, bus station, underground parking, and will incorporate a wide array of shops. Has Hinckley become a target for big corporations, and is it in danger of losing its heritage as a popular market destination? We asked Jonathan White, Business Development Manager for the Hinckley Town Partnership.
Yeah, one of the issues that's always faced Hinckley Town Centre is the level of shrinkage of disposable income that's gone outside of the town centre area to places like Foss Park and even to Nuneaton to a certain degree with the new shopping centre that they had there. So what the Crescent development is going to bring potentially is some of the national chains that we haven't got within the town centre that will prevent people from disappearing out to Foss Park and to Nuneaton.
On the face of it, it seems the development is set to be the breath of fresh air Hinckley's town centre needs. But what of the views of the large number of local businesses and traders that operate here in Castle Street, and the regular shoppers they attract?
Well, personally, from a young age, I've always enjoyed coming to Hinckley in this street, and I know it brings jobs and prosperity to certain areas, and certain areas do want developing. But I personally feel that we're losing too many little shops.
Well, my view, personally, is that it's been a long time in the coming.
It's clear that the development is being welcomed with differing opinions, and only time will tell as to how ultimately successful it will be. Alex Rathbone, Hub News.
Next this afternoon, there are calls for Hinckley's Museum to extend its opening hours. At the moment, it's only open in spring and summer, and that's only on weekends. Town centre bosses believe that this is a missed opportunity to showcase Hinckley's heritage. Toraya Jones reports.
It's one of Hinckley's oldest buildings, showcasing the town's rich hosiery heritage. But opening hours are limited, and so are the visitors. Would it benefit being open all week?
I'm sure it would be a great benefit to the town. The museum is incredibly popular, but of course it is run by volunteers, so they also have their day jobs to take care of. Hinckley as a town was built on boot and shoe and textiles, which of course the museum shows.
Behind me is the Hinckley Museum. Hinckley has such a rich history. The public really should know more about it. It's a shame the museum isn't open all week long. But how much do the public know about Hinckley's history?
As far as I know, the cab was invented here. There's Triumph here. That's our history. It's a museum in Hinckley. I've been there once in my lifetime when I was a child. That's all I know about it.
With the winter season upon us, the museum is now closed until Easter Bank holiday, leaving the public without access to the town's history. This is Toraya Jones at Hub News.
Indian restaurants, Polish delis and Chinese takeaways, they're all now common features in Hinckley and many other towns in multicultural Britain. Ashley Lally investigates whether immigration is changing our high streets for the better.
Is this the new face of the high street? Britain is becoming more multicultural. I spoke to a few local businesses from different ethnic backgrounds.
What we do here, Turkish style haircut, hot towel shave, head, neck, shoulder massage, and then they really enjoyed it in Turkey. That's why we start doing it here.
We asked members of the community how they feel about people of different origins bringing their culture into small towns such as Hinckley via their businesses.
If it's not allowed here, then it wouldn't be allowed for British people to set up in other countries.
Normal, smaller little grocer with not discriminating, but like with the Polish grocers opening, it's taking business away from the ordinary little grocers.
Oh, it's multilingual, multi-nation now. They've got all different cultures. It's better for people to be multicultural. You've got to be, because that's the way the world's turning.
We spoke to Steve Wegworth, who is part of Hinckley Bird. We asked him if businesses of ethnic backgrounds are on the rise in small towns such as Hinckley and their effect on the local economy.
There's certainly a demand because we are seeing more people of those nationalities moving into the area, which brings more people into Hinckley, which is our objective as the Town Centre Partnership.
So as you can see, the people of Hinckley have no issue with people of different backgrounds and cultures coming in and setting up their own businesses. They believe that it's helping the economy because they're filling up the gaps within the market that are open.
Meanwhile, pubs and nightclubs are vital to a town's economy, but they are closing at the fastest rate in decades. Sarah Torres has this report on the situation in Hinckley.
We're here at the Bounty, Hinckley's freshest venue, and the managers seem to be pretty optimistic in bringing back Hinckley's nightlife. Is this the first step to relive the old days?
We reopened it to bring like the good old days back to Hinckley. You know, Hinckley had nothing really. It only had like Sergeant Pepper's, Gravity, didn't it? So we wanted to bring something different back.
Beer, food and party. The perfect match for a good night out. But a third of UK's nightclubs have shut down in the past 7 years, and small towns seem to be the most effective. Hinckley is the perfect example for this, as pubs have slowly disappeared from its streets.
It was really busy at the start. Sort of the recession hit, and then it's not been as easier as what it was when we first opened. I think it's all to do with just how the climate is, to be honest, at the minute.
But what do people think?
It lost its trade probably, I'd say, about 4 or 5 years ago. I think now, with a lot of other places opening up, obviously we shut down and reopened back up. The town actually is starting to slowly but surely get busier, but it's still not at its full potential.
I stay in Hinckley myself, smaller towns, so not as many people.
It's cheap as well, you don't really have to pay for taxes or anything, you can all pay.
There is a spark of hope for Hinckley's nightclubs to rise from the ashes, but will it eventually happen? That's a question only time will tell. Sarah Torres reporting for Hub News.
Graffiti is becoming a more common sight on British streets, and Hinckley is no exception. But is this always a negative thing? Our reporter Josh Dibble investigates.
Graffiti, a blight on our landscape or a much needed burst of colour and creativity on our grey walls. We're here today in Hinckley, posing the question, is graffiti an art form or is it an eyesore?
Yeah, I do see graffiti art as an art form, yeah.
Here we have a mural painted by North Warwickshire and Hinckley College students which showcases the rich history of the town. However, this piece was authorised by local authorities, whereas these, unfortunately, were not.
To be quite honest, if it's good quality graffiti, I'm quite happy with it. It's when they just do these tags and things like that. That's the bit that I don't like, but good quality graffiti, if it's a full picture, wonderful. There were one on Green Towers. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant before they pulled it down and put houses there. I mean, I think it's wonderful.
Well, I think really it depends on what the graffiti is. You know, just the odd person coming along and squirting their name up on the wall or what have you really isn't very artistic. And certainly, you know, we'd welcome opportunities where there are genuine artists around that would like to do some artistic work. I'm sure there's areas that we could find for them to do something. But, you know, what we obviously object to is just people coming along and scrawling stuff on the wall that really isn't appropriate and isn't wanted, really.
This is Josh Dyball reporting for Hub News.
And finally, bonfire night only seems like yesterday, but already there are Christmas lights glowing, TV adverts playing, and even a song in the chart. And it's not even December yet. So, is Christmas coming too early? We sent our reporter Chris Tooby to find out what people in Hinckley actually think.
Twas the night before Christmas, at least it seems like it. In late November, Christmas is well and truly upon us. We asked the people of Hinckley if they felt ready.
This year, for some reason, it's just started like now. Last week it started people buying presents, so I think this year's about right and it's enough. It was too early before.
So, but it is definitely getting more commercialised, and that's why it's the way it is, and it's getting earlier and earlier, and I can see it probably getting earlier and earlier still.
With Black Friday and Cyber Monday only days away, and the boost to the economy set to be in the millions, we asked local business development manager Steve Wegriff how this would impact Hinckley.
Well, firstly, what we do every year is produce a Christmas gift shopping guide, which has all the shops in Hinckley in it, and what they've got to offer at Christmas, and quite a number of vouchers as well. This is delivered to 15,000 households by Royal Mail, all LE10 postcode, and it's very well received, and it brings more people into the town who might not otherwise come in.
So whether it's bar humbug or jingle all the way, Christmas really has come to town. And from everybody here, a big Merry Christmas. Or is that a bit early?
I don't think so, Chris. It's nearly December after all. Right, that's all from me for now. We'll be back tomorrow with some more news for you. Have a lovely afternoon.